Hey, hello, you lovely lot. Richard Oliver here, one of your psychics here at Psychic Today. Today I thought I'd talk to you about one of the other aspects of my job that we don't really get an awful lot of chance to talk about on the show. And it's something that I've done since I was a child, and it's dream analysis. Now, I've done this since literally I was about 5 or 6 years old, just with friends telling me their dreams, and sometimes family members would tell me their dreams. And I found that very quickly I was able to tell them what was going on in their lives, what their fears were, what their hopes were, by something that seemed completely out of context. So when I do dream analysis for people, what I tend to look at is, firstly, people will tell you the bare bones of a dream. But then we have to ask specific questions. So it can be anything from like, oh, okay, they were wearing a jumper. What colour was the jumper? Because the colours can indicate the emotion behind it. It can indicate how they think the person feels about them, or what they really feel about the person. As a rough example, if they're wearing a green jumper, they might either be jealous of that person or feel that the other person gets very jealous of them. Now, by hitting in on that, it can rise to the surface, to the conscious level, exactly what is going on. So sometimes you might feel a bit weird around somebody and not really know why, but the subconscious part of the brain knows exactly why. And by it telling you in a dream, and by digging a little deeper, you can often improve relationships, or you can just decide, I know what I need to be careful when I'm around that person. I need to watch my jealousy, or perhaps I need to make sure that I'm not doing things that the other person might be jealous of. Now, it can also go not just about people, because sometimes the people in our lives don't look like themselves in dreams. They might look like, it might be an animal, but you have the feeling as if that person is around the animal. Now, when that happens, of course, we've then got to look at the type of animal, whether the animal was aggressive, whether, a lion suddenly acted like a domestic cat, for example. So that might tell you that actually the person puts on a very big front that you might be in danger of falling for. They could seem very offhand, but your subconscious knows that actually they really like you and they're just putting up a wall. And then that's something that you can work with. However, sometimes things can represent a situation. So if somebody was to say, oh, and then they put their glass on the table. Okay, what type of table was it? Well, if it was very cold and stone-like, that's them saying, okay, I have to work with you, but actually, I've got no feelings about you at all. I don't really care what you think. However, a stone table might also represent something else. Just think of all the things that would be cold and stone. Well, then you start thinking of anything from, I don't know, parts in a hospital, or perhaps in and around a churchyard. You see where I'm going with this? And then you might come to realize, oh, actually, my feelings for them are dead. And that's what you can get from dream analysis. Of course, a lot of it isn't doom and gloom. A lot of it actually tells you a bit about yourself. So what it can do is highlight where you are not focusing in life, and perhaps where your subconscious is going, actually, I should really be doing this, because in the dream, let's say you suddenly thought of trains or buses or airports, and you're thinking, oh right, but I'm just hanging around the airport, or the train or bus isn't going anywhere. Well, that shows you that you're ready to go on a journey, but maybe you're a little bit apprehensive about it. And maybe actually that's the doorway to something new. So for each person though, it's very specific. The first thing I do with dream analysis, if I'm completely honest, is I throw away any books. I know I hear a lot of people say spiders might indicate financial things. Yeah, they might do, but it depends in the context of the dream. It might be something completely different. It might be that you're feeling like you're a little bit trapped and that, if I carry on in this situation and don't escape it, it's gonna feel like it's eating away at me. Or it might be as simple as, if you like spiders, it might be as simple as, oh, do you know what? I'm very comfortable with this situation. I know it's a bit unusual, but I quite like that. So it differs for everybody. So, and it's not something that you really get to just sort of like talk about very easily. And people often think that, oh, well, I need to remember the whole dream. I only remember a couple of bits. Sometimes that's enough, just by asking the further questions. Did the person seem taller in the dream than they are in real life? What colours were they wearing? Where were you? Is it somewhere that you've never been with them before? If you're somewhere, let's say you were in a restaurant, how do you feel about restaurants? Some people love them. Other people, it makes them very nervous being in a public space. It makes them feel exposed. So that's why we have to break it down with individual questions, and that's why I never use books with it. It's just something I've always done over the past, probably about 43 years or so, to be fair, without realizing it. It's just something I sort of slipped into. So I do have a lot of my friends, if they have a dream, they are straight on the phone. They never text me about dreams because they know I'm going to ask them quite a lot of questions. So that is something that I do enjoy looking at, are all of these different aspects of dreams and what it says about us, what it says about what we're hoping to achieve and where we're feeling uncomfortable. It's just like a little bit of a navigational map, if you like, into your life and into how you approach things. So, it can be very specific. So what I would suggest all of you do actually is, when you've had a dream, write down key segments that you really remember and then go through it and ask yourself these questions. How do I feel about that person? How do I feel about that animal? How do I feel about that place? And before you know it, you'll be tying up all of the loose ends of your dreams all by yourself. That's just a brief overview of what I do with dream analysis. Thanks for listening. Hope to speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.